phone action on. Send out that nice little Discord notification. There we go. That's weird. Huh. I know for a fact that I updated the picture on that. Yep. Oh well. I guess the picture just wants to be wrong. That's fine. What's going on, everybody? Pop out chat so I can see what you guys are talking about. What's up, Menace? Afternoon. What's up, Tinnock? Nice time to troll some YouTube heads. Alright. Fox, you know my real name? Hey, Damon. What's going on? What's up, guys? Alright, so. This is the 1 week mark, right? I've been playing this game for 7 days. Let's go right here. Yeah. Okay, so 8 days. As of right now, actually, I think I started the account like a little bit ago. So we are now 100%. Ty, you don't pay enough attention to know that I do this weekly series again? Yeah, 7 days. I don't know why it says 8 out of 15, because you guys were here when I started playing last week. So we're okay. Here's where we are right now. So we're just before level 40. Right? We're just before level 40. I'll explain this in a minute. We bought, the big pack that we bought was the Wave 1 Shield pack. You know, came with everybody but Thor. Thor was given for free. What's up, Pats? Me too, man. So I've been working on these guys. There is a little bit of an issue. Now, I have no problem getting these guys up, right? Like, these guys are useful now. They'll be useful in the future. Same profile icon on this account. I don't know who the profile icon's gonna be yet. I haven't really decided yet. You know? But I'll change it up as it goes along. Maybe I'll do it for fun stuff. Maybe I'll figure something else out. So I've been okay using this team as my primary team. They've been pretty good in Arena. They've been pretty good in Raids. They've been pretty good in quite a bit. So I'm not really upset about this purchase. I think this purchase was probably the best of them from a starting player perspective. And I know that anything I put into these guys will end up paying a decent amount of dividends as time goes on, because I'm always going to find a use for these characters, whether it be pulling Thor and Iron Man off and using them on power armor, whether it be using the Wave 1 Avengers way later in the game. We're talking months from now on some of those nodes that you need to be, you know, max level for, etc., 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 etc. Funny that it says 8 days. YouTube says your prologue was streamed 6 days ago. Yeah, it was too. I didn't skip a day. You know? Like, I didn't change, I couldn't fit more time in. Are you starting earlier, or did I forget this is the new start time? 5 o'clock p.m. on YouTube. So, the second tier is the Venom pack I had bought. Venom is just a great standalone character, so I didn't feel bad about buying the small offer. And then getting him to 4-star actually helped a significant amount as far as being a villain character is concerned. Like, I don't ever want to have to farm him, so he should be reasonable. We have Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo is part of the team. Yo-Yo isn't great right now, but that's going to change real soon. Yo-Yo's going to really start shining around here. So around well, I'm around level 50 when I can guarantee the offense down. That's when Yo-Yo's going to take over as a primary character on my raid team. These are the Sinister 6 characters I'm farming. Unfortunately, well, good news is Invisible Woman is now part of a faster legendary cycle. They've changed it. So they've taken 2 legendaries, Nick Fury and Nick Fury and Iron Man, and made them a permanent unlock so you can get them whenever you want, whether you target farm them or whether you move past a certain point and decide, oh wow, I've gotten the ability to do that. So it's pretty reasonable to do this, but I didn't know it was going to be that quickly. The good news is these guys are also going to help towards Shuri, who I don't believe is part of that new cycle. So we're going to have a pretty decent update as to like what's going to happen. I'm going to miss Invisible Woman, clearly, and there's no amount of money I could have spent this early. Oh, that's not true. There's no reasonable amount of money I could have spent this early to have a Sinister 6 team ready to unlock Invisible Woman, because even if I had the characters at 5-star, and I probably wouldn't be a high enough level, let alone have the gear and everything to bring that team to like a decent powered unlocker, which should be about 90k. You know, my primary team right now is about 25k, you know, a little bit less than 25k. So it's very unreasonable to imagine that's going to move on. So the Sinister 6 are a slow pick. Swarm is being farmed every day. Shocker is being farmed every day, but slow. Rhino, I'm buying him in the arena store when I've said it wrong twice now, in the Blitz store. The rest of the characters have been unlocked by hook or by crook, right? So my Mega Orb was Psylocke, right? I got my free starting the game Mega Orb was Psylocke. Useless. Completely useless. Doesn't matter. Hand Sorceress, Bullseye, America Chavez, all these from the Blitz. She was easy to unlock from the Blitz anyway. Wolverine, useless. Scarlet Witch, monthly character, useless. Luke Cage, absolutely useless. And now you can kind of start seeing what I'm doing. When I unlock a character, I'm bringing them to this point just so that in the earliest stages of Blitz, because Blitz is very relevant right now, because it's a very small pool of players, because it's very relevant, I want to be able to use these teams multiple times. So when I start a new Blitz, I will use my weakest 5 characters, which will be these guys for now, 3 times. Then I will use this row 3 times. Then I will use some amalgamation of these rows, because I can't put Yo-Yo with Rhino, but I could switch these 2. So I'll like switch these 2 out and use those teams multiple times, because then by the time we get to like difficulty tier 4 or 5, if you do the math on the Blitz, it's really hard for me to win with non-synergy teams, so these guys will then win. So I spend a lot of my core charges for Blitz early because I know I can't get high up yet. Oh, you can bomb me with questions all you want. I'm just not going to answer them. That's how this goes. So we're in a good spot. Let's take a quick look at where I am comparatively. So we have Arena. I'm top 150 in Arena. I haven't done anything. I haven't seen a team I can't beat yet. I just look for like with the best power. This one is the closest one to being a hard to beat team. And even then it's not great. So 116 is, can I do a little bit better than 116? 115. X23 alone might be strong enough to beat my team, but the rest of the characters on this team are actually terrible, so I should be able to beat this team anyway. What's the top of your arena shard look like? It's not impressive. Someone has a Surfer. Someone has a, someone has Surfer. Someone has a Symbiote Spider-Man. But the power levels are like 100, like TCPs of 100k. My arena shard is very fresh, so I'm not particularly worried about them. Nice, Luke. You think you hear my stream in the background? That's important. Thank you. Why would that happen? I don't know. But thank you for letting me know. There was a double up on that. Ugh, okay, so the blog is up. I'm sure it's useless. The anniversary calendar said there was gold promotion credits and there's silver promotion credits. Surprise! The company that makes this game is not good at making this game. I don't actually need to pilot this, but there's really nothing else I have to do. Also, is Arena... Oh, well, yeah, but like... So here, we'll talk a little bit more detail about Arena in the future. This cap being blocked here is going to be a problem. There it is. Thank you. Thor. Cap, I'll miss you. Yeah, X23 was the issue with this team. No one else really makes too much of a difference. So as long as I can get her down, I should be okay. All right, never mind. I guess we're just going to deal with X23 where she is. Yeah. Real question is, how long do you take #1 in your paid account, or do you boycott since it's irrelevant? I don't understand any of the words you just said, BWH. No. Chad, someone want to answer? I don't necessarily think it's important to hit #1 in Arena, but let me put it to you this way. If the team I'm currently working on is capable of being #1 in Arena, then I would be #1 in Arena. But I'm not going to spend resources and all of my effort investing in the Wave 1 Avengers just to have a stronger Arena shard. Because I'm spending money, I'm able to hold a little bit more value in Arena, right? So, like, because I'm spending money, it's a little bit easier for me to punch up and keep these up. Like, this Guardians team is actually a little bit of a nightmare, but I'm not going to bring up this entire team just to compete more. You could use Loki in that Mega Orb, Damon. Yeah. Like, take the advantages you can get, and if the characters... Here, let me use an example. If I opened a Mega Orb and got Sinister... It's easy for me to be better at Arena because I already have one of the best characters that I could have, you know? If I got Ghost, if I got Symbiote Spider-Man, I'd be okay. So, I think it's very stupid. I think dumb people prioritize Arena early. Not to say there's no benefit, but I think you're a real big idiot if you think like, oh, I'm Arena, look at all these cores I get. Like, because I need to express to you, there is no value in cores. Like, this is how many I have. Sure, I could be spending more cores. I could be spending 100 cores a day to refresh energy. Yeah, totally reasonable. Could do that. And I do spend a decent amount to check, not yet. Decent amount to, like, refresh energy nodes and stuff. Yeah, Arena is not a priority in this game. If Arena was a priority in this game, they would have fixed the bugs in it a long time ago. How do you feel about pushing for an early mags? Well, we'll do that in a little bit of an offer review. I don't know. I don't think you can get an early mags. That's the thing. I don't think any legendary... I don't think you're going to have an easy time unlocking any legendary before level 50. Seriously. I don't think you, as, like, when you're player... Because I don't think you can make your characters strong enough. I don't think you can put enough gear into them. I don't think you have enough access to resources. I was able to jump into a random alliance with like 20 people in it. I don't even know how many people were in the alliance. I've been able to jump into a random alliance with like random people, and it's already working better for me than it was. Like, I'm not in a full fucking... What's it called? This is the alliance I got into. I just jumped in. Like, they're not full. You can even see. 16 of 24. I'm number 16. There was 15 people in this alliance. Like, I just joined this alliance. There's a couple people in this alliance that are like 4 or 5 million. There's a couple people in this alliance that are like me. Like, nobody's doing anything. So I'm already in an alliance now where I'm just like, okay, there's some strong people, there's some weak people. We're doing some raids. I'm contributing to the best of my ability. But if you remember when we looked at the free-to-play, I was sub 1 million TCP on the free-to-play account, and I was top 3% in I was top 3% in like U6 raids before the slider came out. Actually, when the slider came out. So like, it's very important to know a couple of things. First is roster bloat. My main account is about 10.5 million TCP, but a lot of that is what we call roster bloat. There are characters that I have invested in that don't need the level of investment anymore that they did. And guess what? In the next 6 months, the Black Order is going to be a part of roster bloat. In the next 6 months, the necessity of a 5, 6, 700K Black Order is getting thrown out the window because there's going to be better options. I didn't see who your 6-star poll was. Was it Surfer? Oh, it was Surfer. Yeah, it was dope. I said, gimme. Yeah, so I'm okay working on these guys right now, but you're always working on getting to the next level, whether you're spending or free to play. The problem is, as a spender, you can jump a lot of levels really fast. Having these characters ready on round 1 allowed me to just accelerate through some of the early fights. Now, like, I want to invest in them, and I have no problem getting these guys up to gear tier, like blue gear. Blue gear means nothing. Yes, it's hard to come by, but early, but like, I'm going to use it on the characters that matter. Let's go ahead and put this in Iron Man. All right, what can I farm here? Yeah, nice jump. Yeah, so we'll put this in, and then we're missing exactly... Oh, of course. So this is the biggest bottleneck I'm experiencing right now, and, like, I'm not buying these from here. These credits are too important for both Blitz characters to start buying this stuff from them, so we're not doing that. As for raid stuff, I got a pretty decent amount of raid credits, but as you can tell, Zemo only shows up when I can't buy him. So I have 0 Zemo shards and nothing to do with it. And none of these guys are worth buying. Killmonger has a little bit of value, but not for anything I'm doing now anyway. So we're just kind of sitting on the raid credits. I might open an orb if I need to, but so far, just to let you know, I've opened a good like 4 or 5 raid orbs. Right? 4 or 5 raid orbs. And this is how many Zemos I've pulled out of raid orbs. Is that bad luck? No, that's pretty standard RNG. So I can't trust the reliability of raid orbs. So if I'm going to want Zemo, I'm going to have to buy Zemo. I'm going to have to do 20 purchases of Zemo in order to have him. Or, you know, get lucky with an orb or something, I guess. What do you miss? Nothing, just kind of recapping where I've been. As for everything else, we're just kind of moving on. It's a 5% drop rate, but I don't believe that. Yeah, just too many raid characters now. Yes, there's too many characters in the raid orb. There's actually just too many characters in all the orbs, you know? What do we got here? I will tell you, though, same as free-to-play, these milestone orbs are probably the highest impact orbs you're going to open for the first couple months of the game. 5 random character shards don't seem like much, but you're getting a ton out of it. You're getting so many extra random shards for extra random characters that it's adding up quickly. Now, granted, some of these, like Shatterstar, not in them. Let's see who else is. Minerva's not in them. You know, Yellow Jacket's not in them. But it's okay because you're pulling it through. Are you saving $10 for the Minerva? No, I didn't buy that offer. I didn't buy that offer because there was a Minerva Blitz when she came out. Like when I started doing it. So I was like, oh, a Minerva Blitz. And I don't think it's unreasonable to buy her a couple of times in the War Store. I have some complaints though. I have some things I want to discuss regarding how heinous some of the offers have been. But they're okay. For the monthly events, no, KM can't be a priority. KM can't be a priority because by definition that would also after I unlock Zemo, I don't think I'm target farming anybody in the raid store. I'm not 100% on that yet. I think after I unlock Zemo, I am exclusively opening raid orbs because I don't think there's any one character in the raid store that I absolutely need in order to progress through the early stages of the game. I just don't see it. Killmonger has a lot of value, but I don't think I'm target farming Killmonger, you know? I think getting him alone will be fine. Plus, like, Killmonger, if I have to target farm Killmonger, then I have to target farm mercenaries, which are not worthwhile. Like, I'm not target farming either of these idiots, and I don't have anybody else. I can't farm Taskmaster. And then from the Wakandans, oh my god, the day I buy M'Baku is the day, like, it's not high priority. So who am I farming from the War Store? So the War Store unlocks for me at the next level, right? Oh no, 45, damn. I thought it was 40. So the War Store, I will try to unlock 1 or 2 characters, specifically Ghost and Minerva. But after that, War Store credits kind of have to be stored for gear. You can farm characters from the War Store, but I literally never have. Never ever have. Ever. I bought a character here or there, but only when it was like, I'm 10 away or something. It's not really a high priority for me. Challenges, I've been able to kind of progress reasonably. I can get all the challenges done with the Wave 1 Avengers. This one I kind of got a little gibbed on because controllers and protectors. I don't have enough. Gold Rush, I don't have to worry about using city characters until here. So I'm going to be at this point, level 55, for a while before I have to start worrying about this specific one. And we'll see what happens there. Get Magneto by hook or by crook. Yeah. I like Magneto. I really think Magneto. So let's look at the offers, right? So here's a limited time sale that is adorable. You know what's funny? $10 for Falcon? No. $4.99 for Falcon, I would have bought it, and then that's like I wouldn't have bought a $20 pack. 20. 180 shards, I might have bought it for $10. But like for this offer, it's fine. It's not great. It's too expensive for what you get overall. This offer we've already established. This offer's been here forever, and there's no chance I'm buying it. This offer is fine because it facilitates growth in another way, but I think you can do okay without them, and I think there's enough cosmic options throughout the game that you don't have to worry too much. Defender's team offer is hilariously bad. Hilariously bad. We've laughed about this many times. The Power Armor team offer, I waited for a little bit. Falcon is as good as Rescue is useless. Like, Falcon is good enough outside of the team and Rescue isn't. So, Guardians don't suck. But as far as like a starting team with limited funds, you wouldn't pick them up. That offer would be fine. This offer is close, but ultimately, by the time you would care enough to start working on this team, by that time, like, who cares? You're really only paying for her, right? You're really only paying for her, so this offer's not. This one, I think, is actually an okay offer, and I've been considering buying it. One, the Namor is a guaranteed war win. Yeah. Hey, you can have whatever wrong opinion you want on this shit, man. I can't stop you. Yeah. Yeah. Hell, in Arena, you're still gonna have a hard time with the Guardians pack. This is close. This is so close. But you're missing IW. But that's not why I'm looking at this as high value. Namor on his own will solo just as a mutant character, will solo one War Room, right? So Namor at 3-star is, we learned that from the free-to-play account. Namor, I pulled him in a Mega Orb. I just send him out against shield minions. Just Namor at like 5k beats shield minions. So that's one character capable of beating a very early war setup. So that's reasonable, right? Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, and Thing. Those are not great character farms, so I don't think it's awesome. The reason I ended up not buying this is because the places where the Fantastic Four are good outside of war, and the places where the Wave 1 Avengers are good outside of war, are almost the exact same. So since I already have the Wave 1 Avengers, spending 20 bucks on this team for me isn't going to give me access to a part of the game that I previously wouldn't have had. I'm still not sure if I'm buying this. I have $20 left. Give me a sec. So, this is how much I've spent so far this month. $39.95. Sorry, this number's off. Ooh. So I have $20 to work with, right? Wouldn't you be better buying special deal calendars of slightly increased value? How are you going to gear them all? That's the issue. So here's something that would require more discipline than, one, the average player of this game, and two, myself, do not have. I would buy this offer, but I would get no value out of this team. I would buy this offer and get absolutely no value out of them. Like, I wouldn't work on them. What possible benefit? I have a team capable of doing all the stuff I need to. I'm not going to farm these guys anymore. So I'd buy these guys, and then later down the line, I'd put gear and resources into them as I start getting more and more gear because I leveled up and I'm doing better raids, etc., etc. I think this offer is still good because you're getting a lot of, like, he's useless. A lot of these characters, they cost a lot to get 100 shards of, so I don't like it. The hand offer, we're not even talking about. This is nowhere near a new player offer. This is the kind of offer you buy when you're, like, frustrated at farming them. Shield team offer is the same. They don't need to be this level, and now Wave 1 Avengers is strictly better than Shield, so, like, you don't have to worry about them. Starter gold offers, useless, useless. Useless, useless. Now, what you've noticed is there's no Silver Surfer offer here, right? He's gone. I'm just going to do a quick scan. But at the same time, I don't have him. Same, Nate. If I had pulled Graviton, I would have bought that aim offer in a second and not even looked at it. So, why did I not buy Silver Surfer? Do I recommend you buy Silver Surfer? These are a whole bunch of good questions, and I'm going to answer them right now. I didn't buy... There's a million hidden offers. I didn't buy Silver Surfer because Silver Surfer is a 45 shard unlock. Let me take a slower. Silver Surfer is a 45 shard unlock. For $20, I would have a 2-star Silver Surfer today. What does Silver Surfer need? What do I need Silver Surfer for today? Well, the answer is not much. Not at the cost of $20, even though I think it's a phenomenal deal. What do I need Silver Surfer for next week? Well, maybe he'd help a lot in Cosmic, and that would be a really useful character. So that's great. I don't know if you guys forgot, but Silver Surfer is being added to the Battle Pass. The new Battle Pass, which is free. You do not have to spend money to get Silver Surfer in the new Battle Pass. Now, if the new Battle Pass has, we'll say hypothetically, 45 character shards of Silver Surfer, you know, kind of like how the other Battle Pass does, then if I bought Silver Surfer today and worked hard on the Battle Pass, I would have 95 Silver Surfer shards total, which is not a 3-star Silver Surfer. So would I then have to buy the Battle Pass to justify it? I don't know. I don't know a lot of things. The one thing I do know, according to the CM, specifically Zeke's, is that Silver Surfer will be unlockable on the free tier of the Battle Pass. That's what I've heard. So, am I saving for either pass? Absolutely not. So, here's my question. Does Silver Surfer today, where I'm at right now, with the gear I have right now, you know, where am I at right now? Is Silver Surfer worth $20? And the answer to me is no. No. I'll get him there. Now, if you want to talk about, is it worth it having a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-star Silver Surfer? Absolutely. My main account has bought the Silver Surfer twice. My main account's about to buy the Silver Surfer 2 more damn times. My main account is going to buy every Silver Surfer offer we can get. My current Silver Surfer is 82,000 power, gear tier 14, 7775 with max ISOs. Like, I know this character is phenomenal. But just because he's phenomenal on my main account doesn't mean I'm going to see too much value out of him at a small margin. So I didn't spend $20 on Surfer. One, because I don't like the idea of teaching people to buy the new hotness. He's an exception. I will say that right now. He is so damn good that if you have $20 to spend in the game, you buy this. Nice, Damon. Like, Surfer, if you have... I will preach this as long as people will listen. If you have money that you can afford to spend on a mobile game, and you, like, plan on continuing to play, please buy Silver Surfer. He is phenomenal. He is absolutely amazing. That's it. That's all. But at the exact same time, Silver Surfer is part of a whole bunch of issues. Like, we can agree, all of these character offers that you see are worth something, right? This is worth something. Worth something. Worth something. They're all, this is worth a little bit less than most, but they're all worth something. They all have value. They're all reasonably good deals. The thing is, not everybody is blessed with the opportunities that, like, some of the content creators have, where we could just be like, yeah, whatever, just take the money. Buy Silver Surfer 5 times. And I set myself to a limit. I said I won't spend more than $60 a month in this game. If I break that limit, then I never had a limit to begin with. If I spend $1 more, then it doesn't matter. I set a limit because the important thing is to learn how to spend money efficiently. You can see, you can always spend money efficiently. For example, if I had infinite money, I still probably wouldn't buy this offer. You know what I mean? Like, this offer still isn't as impactful as something. But this offer becomes way more worthwhile because I can quickly obtain access to a lot of more stuff. Like, a lot of more resources and during the hand event. You know, like, when you want to look at the value of an offer, it's gotta be more than just is good. Because when you're not max level, when you're not in Doom raids, when you're not doing, you know, huge war punch-ups, when that's not happening to you, what's good today really doesn't make a difference. Because I think we can all agree that the Wave 1 Avengers are an incredibly reasonable team. And I can't even get the upgrades I need. 50% chance to gain assist with Black Widow. You know, block chance per Avenger ally going up. You know, like, I can't even get these yet. It's too early. It all depends on what you can get on. I like the Mercs offer. So my axe to grind, my issue is incredibly simple. I have a limit of the amount of money I can spend. Most people have a limit to the amount of money they can spend. Maybe they don't have a set limit. We'll be fine, James. Maybe they don't have a set limit. Maybe it's not like $60. But they know. They know that they can't spend $200, $300, $500 in a mobile game. They know that. They know that they can't spend garbage money. Some people don't have that limit, and that's great for them. But they're also not watching content creators. You know what I mean? So I'm not making content for people willing to spend a shit ton of money. I'm making content for people who want to spend money intelligently. And again, there are some offers here that are absolutely worthwhile, which is why offer review is very important. Would I buy this offer? Yes. It's 500 character shards. It frees up your resources to farm other things, or accelerates you to having a more valuable cosmic team for what's going on. This offer, would I buy this offer? Yes, I would absolutely buy this offer later in the game. The fact that I have seen no less than 15 full team offers in the first week I've played this game shows me a crazy problem. Because maybe there's people who have limits similar to mine. Maybe they're willing to spend $20, $30, $50, $100 a month, $200 a month. Those are all limits. And by the math on this, you literally can't get everything. You can't buy all the offers that I've seen in the last 7 days with $200. I don't particularly care for OMG's content. So, like, what does it matter? OMG can start yelling dog shit, and it doesn't matter. Whether there's a market for it is not going to stop me from talking about it, because I think the information's good. So I need to progress, right? And the only team that really and truly represents a meaningful progression pool is AIM, and I don't want buy AIM. I don't want to spend $20 on a team I'm not going to work on. On my free-to-play account, I never farmed any AIM characters. And by the time I got to level 70 on free-to-play, which we're going to do a comparison at the end of this video, probably when the game goes down, you know, like I'll show you where I was so we can use it. On my free-to-play, by the time I hit 70, I had accrued enough aim shards and aim character access that I could just have used them if I wanted to. But here's the thing. I have $20 left to spend, and honestly, I haven't seen a single thing here jump out at me for a new player that screams, buy me for $20. I've seen a couple of things that I think are like guppy food, like very, very, very cheap offers that I'm like, oh yeah, like here. Yeah, no chance. No chance. No chance. No chance. This offer's fine. No. 4 premiums and a kingpin? No. Yeah, okay, none of them are currently up right now. There was a $10 800 energy offer that was pretty good. Yeah, so there's really nothing here that stands out as worth $20. There's nothing here that really stands out as worth $10. So I'm 1 week into the game. I've spent $40. I've spent 2/3 of my limit, you know? And I'm now at the point where I just don't see anything else to buy. So we're gonna just wait. Maybe something comes up. Maybe an offer shows up. We find. But if these things don't come back, if I don't see this hand team offer, this aim team offer, this Fantastic Four offer, Power Armor, if I don't see these offers again in the next couple of months, if I don't see them again, who lost out on this? Me for not buying them, or them for not letting me buy them again? I understand fear of missing out is very strong, but that's really, fear of missing out only affects people who have more money than sense. There are some things I think are justifiably worth buying, but is the Legacy Orb offer? Legacy Orbs don't help you. Getting them is great, but buying them, no. You don't pay for RNG if you're trying to get better at the game. Period. Period. You do not pay for RNG if your goal is to be good at the game. You pay for RNG if your goal is to buy a scratch off, scratch the scratch off, and get and feel like you won. You don't ever give them money for RNG. You give them money for something that you understand. The 99-cent RNG offer is $1. So you could do a lot worse than wasting $1 to buy like maybe 13 basic orbs or whatever it is. But everything else, if you're buying RNG, you're just asking yourself to waste money, because for every one time something great happens with it, 50 times you're gonna get garbage. And maybe that's even being reasonable. This one's actually not a bad purchase. It's a bunch of, this is actually a really decent purchase. Yeah. So that's it as far as the spending is concerned part of this. Now, granted, if something happens, sometimes you get a good value on the event offers because it's a small pool of characters and all of the characters are reasonable to invest in. Like, if you don't care who you get, then it's fine. But ultimately, those are not really up there. So now to my roster. Why do I have these characters here? I don't want anyone to be confused. I am not farming these guys at all. They're here because I'm interested in seeing how realistic... Probably. I'm interested in seeing how realistically a player will come across unlocking a Nick Fury. If I target farmed Nick Fury, I'm not convinced he's worth the effort it takes to get him, if that makes sense. I'm not convinced farming these characters in the stores that they're in to 3-star just to get Nick Fury is going to make a huge difference. I don't see that, right? But I haven't really farmed any of these characters. Like, if I had to beat the node, I beat the node or whatever. But I haven't targeted any of these. This is just how many shards I've accrued on these characters. I want to see how quickly I can get him. I'm talking about Kree, but showing wave 1. Okay, now I'm asking a question. Are the Kree minions not at the top of the fucking screen? Because I'm like, am I crazy? Yeah, YouTube streaming is weird. Did I go wrong? So yeah, I'm just tracking them. That's why they're favorited up here. I'm just tracking my growth on them. I'm just seeing, like, what's happening. Because guess what? If I look over and in the next week or two, because of, like, RNG or whatever, these guys are, like, 3-star or something, well, then I might want to pay attention to them. You know what I mean? So, I'm not happy about this being the team, but they are reasonable. They are very reasonable. They're unlocked. Yeah. I don't see myself putting purple gear in any of these characters. Maybe Thor, maybe Cap. Maybe these two will be the first purple gear guys. But Hawkeye and Widow, they need to be so strong to start putting dividends on the team that they're not getting, I'm not getting too much value out of them. Iron Man, I have him in my head. I have an idea of when I'm going to stop putting gear into him, or when I'm going to stop worrying about him. Probably around level 50. Because at the point when I'm level 50 and I could bring these guys up, so 10 more levels or so, it is skill gear, but I'm also at the beginning of the game. So while we talk about how there's only a handful of characters that need skill gear, first of all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are about 6 characters that, even a little bit of Punisher, there's about 6 characters that could justifiably take skill gear. And I'm not worried about these guys being strong. They don't do damage, really. Hawkeye does a little bit of damage. He's more about control. Black Widow is less about damage and more about control. So these guys don't need the effort to be that high. Cap needs to be tankier. Thor needs to be damagier. That's trademark Tony. I'd like to get up to here on Thor anyway, before anything happens. So how's the Hulk farming so far? 1 weekend. Mysterio is actually pretty reasonable, as is Green Goblin. These guys are going to be unlocked soon, so I'm going to have a full Sinister Six scene real soon. And that's reasonable. Yeah. Iron Man is being replaced with Hulk, probably. Everybody else, man, just not worth it. Like, no value in any of these characters. I can't even farm Psylocke yet, I don't think. Yeah, Cosmic. So now, we have to take a quick look at Cosmic characters and start playing around in my head with which characters I'm gonna be able to use for the Cosmic campaign. So we have Thor, great. We have America Chavez, but she's not good enough of a character to work on for the sake of Cosmic. Now, again, getting her up a little bit isn't going to kill, but a lot of these guys... no, yes, no, maybe. No chance, maybe. Great, but how am I going to get him? You know, like, the pool of Cosmic accessible characters is low. So yeah, I'm still going to get Surfer, and that's going to come out one day. But now I'm a little bit behind on the who do I work for on Cosmic line. Mordo is an absolutely decent Cosmic character. But I'm not target farming Mordo. I'm not using arena credits on Mordo. Not yet, anyway. So, Groot is actually an incredibly high impact Cosmic character just because of overgrowth. Kree, right? Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. There's probably a decent amount of Kree that you'll see in what's going on. But again, I'm not prioritizing them. Yeah. No Mary Poppins? I'm getting, because I'm spending money, it's easier for me to farm for resources and not characters to make sure these guys have a decent investment in them. So instead of farming or target farming specific characters, shy of the legendary guys I'm pulling for, 1 and 2, these guys right here, I'm not even farming, like, I think I might have farmed Cap. No, I haven't even farmed Cap yet. Do I have an advantage buy? Yeah. Like, I'm not even farming Cap, but, I mean, if you guys know why I'm not farming Cap, it's because we're getting a lot of Cap. This is, I'm probably getting to like right around here on this account. So I'm going to miss out on these last 6 days of rewards, give or take, but the big bulk of it is there. The premium orb calendar hasn't evolved into the red star orb calendar. There was an update. There's always an update patch, so this doesn't really make a difference. So I'm getting a pretty reasonable amount, right? Just, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. All of these gear pieces are absolutely phenomenal that I'm getting access to them, and they don't help me in any way right now. These are later stuff. So, like, cool, I'm getting stuff for later. I'll deal with it later. And then the shield security, like, there's a reason you don't farm shield security, you know? How long before you go for supernatural? Oh, I'm going immediately for supernatural characters. But I'm not prioritizing, like here. Useless character. I'll buy the 45th shard. Like, when he gets to 40, I'll buy that. Ghost Rider is, like, never happening, right? Elsa Bloodstone, I think, is a little bit earlier. 5-3. And then Doctor Strange is Cosmic or Mystic? I always forget. Mystic. So we're far, far away. I would buy the Supernatural Pass. If the Supernatural Team Kit became available to me next month, like in April, that would be the first pack I'd buy. Like, no question. Who's Megor pull? 50 Psylocke. Also, this is Negro. Yeah, also, a lot of those packs do show up frequently. Some of these packs, you only see, like, one time. Some of these packs you see often. I don't know if I've ever seen the Guardians pack more than once. Like when thinking back my free-to-play account. I don't remember if I ever saw it more than once. I just don't. But I do feel like I've seen the Defenders team pack like 100 times in my life. You know what I mean? I also, I suspect that certain packs don't show up if you have the entire team at max star. And since on my main account I have all of these teams, except this one, I'll still see this one. I have all of these teams at 7-star. I suspect I just won't see these anymore. Are the hidden offers for tunes better than full team packs? Absolutely not. No. There is no good value in hidden offers. For those who aren't aware of what hidden offers are, when you click find on certain characters at certain times, let me get out of here. You see these things. These are hidden offers. $14.99, $15 for 50 Punisher shards, or $30 for 150 Punisher shards. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Obviously, the value is not even close, right, to the special offer. But these, never good value. You can justifiably buy one or two. You know, like, there were points in the free-to-play account where I would have spent $15 and guaranteed a... Remember, biggest mistake I made in the free-to-play account was pushing for 6-star on Star Wars instead of just taking the 5 that I had. Because if I didn't push for the 6-star on Star Lord, I would have been already done with all of the legendaries in the first 3 months of the game. All of them. Every single one. Magneto, Invisible Woman, Shuri. Like, the first open, except Nick Fury, but no one cares about Nick Fury. So, I would have had them all within the reasonable time of the release within 3 months. That was all done. It was the 90-day point. I had a 5-star Guardians team. And then that all would have happened, but I made a mistake and got very greedy. And because I got greedy on that account, I was punished. And that taught me a lesson. Don't be greedy. Now, if you're spending money, you can afford to be greedy. Who the hell is buying the 150 Punishers 6 times? Why are you not working? Oh. Cool. I was actually just wondering. Whoa! That's 90 more character shards than you need for Punisher. I got a 7-red Punisher. He's not geared at all. Should I start upgrading him? Nope. I mean, in theory, all of your characters should eventually get to, like, gear tier 10. So that's great. But, like, Punisher is not a character that calls for a responsible amount of effort. You also had that flight and no Wi-Fi? Yeah, I forgot about the flight. Oh my god, that was like almost a year ago. Yeah, I have no problem buying this offer. You got money, you got money. But the point is, he's not worth it. You know, like, you're not getting... If you replace him with another character, you have what's called comparisons. And you'd be able to look and say, hey, Punisher... compared to Nebula is very good, but compared to Hela is doo-doo caca poo-poo. So, like, let me put it to you this way. If you get the character for free, there's a reason. If you start the game with the character, there's a reason. If they give the character to you, there's a reason. If the character is available to be purchased 6 times at 150 shards, there's a reason. In theory, they're not catch-up mechanics. They are catch-up offers. But that offer's been there forever. It's a hidden ultimate starting offer, right? It's the hidden ultimate starter offer. I like that, Matt. Wasn't it when you see Kravis? Yeah. That was for the 6-star. I was exactly 6 shards short on Yondu, and I was out of cores. Which at the time, if I was willing to spend even $1, I'd have had it. But that defeats the purpose of showing what you can do. All in all, the mistake was me being greedy. All I had to do was stop at 5, continue to work on the Sinister 6, and everything would have fallen in. So I'm not going to fall into the same hole twice. So I'm not going to try to max out. I'm not going to try to get a 6-star Sinister 6 team. I'm not going to try to spread myself too thin. These characters are getting gear. These characters, the Sinister 6, are getting node shards, like node farms, and everyone else is being ignored until I have a need for a team. Yeah. I haven't watched anything in the last 2 days. I've been so busy. I had to update X Avengers on my PS4. I have to download what's it called? What's that new game? It's free to play on the demo. Outriders? Does that sound familiar? I don't remember. Someone's like, download this, and I was like, okay. Catch up to who? That's the point. You're not catching up to anybody. You're catching up to the game. The game itself is beyond that point. Oh, Jonathan Branch, this is a phenomenal question. Raid currency on Zemo, farm Hand Assassin with energy. Hand Assassin sucks, but so does Zemo. And raid currency, every time you buy not Zemo, that's one less Zemo offer. Yeah, I saw a lot of things about him. Anyone know what the Falcon and Winter Soldier event will be? I can honestly tell you that nobody knows what the Falcon and Winter Soldier event will be. I'm gonna eat this egg roll. There you go. Every Avengers update kills the game even more? Yes. I am now playing Avengers as a single player experience. I want to help. I want nothing else. Rhino is a superior early game character to Electro. Swarm is a superior early game character to Vulture. Shocker, Mysterio, and Green... And these guys are in the same stores. I think getting a 5-star Star Wars is enough to make it through the game and focus on other legendaries. I think you can totally skip Star Wars if you're willing to spend money. Yeah. That's right, JT. I saw that too. All right, I'm done eating. So these are the guys I'm trying to farm. I think Electro is one of the best Sinister 6 characters. The problem is you're not going to get much value out of your Sinister 6 team without Rhino. Star-Lord is in the rotation. Star-Lord is in the rotation. They're just not starting him in the rotation. Because he's going to be... He's the next character in the regular rotation. This is his last time there. He's then being added. So you're actually going to have a lot of opportunities to get Star-Lord over the next 3 months. You're going to have a lot of opportunities. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they already announced... Keep in mind, they knew Star Wars event. They announced that like 2 weeks ago. They didn't know that they were doing this particular two separate legendary events until recently. And this is from the conversations we've been having behind the scenes regarding like things they need to fix and everything. So, the community wanted them to retire the characters so you could just get them whenever you get. Here's the truth though. If you retired Star-Lord, we'd all just immediately have Star-Lord, right? And this game is like if Star-Lord was a 3-star unlock, you would spend $24.99 and have Star-Lord, and you would be better than any other $24.99 pack. Guaranteed. Period. When will Shuri be available? To my knowledge, I don't know if Shuri or IW, but one of them was left off the cycle. So I don't know what the new cycle is going to look like, so I can't speculate. Yeah. But, like, if Star-Lord ever went to a 3-star unlock, the way anything else, the entire early game would be, did you buy the $24.99 Guardians pack? No? Well, then you get your ass kicked. Like, that's it. You will just get slapped. Because that early, a 3-star Star-Lord unlock would be so much higher impact to your roster than, like, any other team comp, including Wave 1 Avengers, that it would be ridiculous. Like, it would be absolutely ridiculous. Like, there's no other team. There's nothing. Wave 1 Avengers, garbage. AIM, destroyed. Like, you would destroy AIM. And that's at the cost of $24.99. As of right now, the Wave 1 Avengers pack, which is the Shield pack with Yo-Yo, that unlocks Iron Man. Boo. Like, who cares? You know, there's no... The Kree Minion pack? Dude, that is a bad pack. Because you have to get Kree Minions for it. But that's it. Like, think of it. Magneto, think of how good that 4-star X-Men pack looks if Magneto became full-time retired. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy, you know, like how crazy is that Cyclops, you know, Storm, if the next thing you could do is unlock a 3-star or even a 4-star Magneto. It's absolutely insane. So there's characters that still make them money. Star-Lord still makes them a ton of money, as he should. Magneto still makes them a ton of money, as he should. These are characters that are good early and lose a little bit of value over time. So these characters, do you know what maintenance is for? Oh yeah, they have to take, I told you guys a couple of days ago, they messed up the game so bad with the last patch that they legitimately have to take the game down again to unfuck it. I said that a while ago. I was like, guys, they're going to do a cancellation on Friday or Saturday. Like, probably Friday. I said it like yesterday or the day before. Because the raids are so broken, and they tried to hotfix it, and they couldn't. So I was like, be prepared for a down. Which is why I went live at 5. Which is why I have a plan for what I'm going to do after the game goes down. I noticed you don't have a Brotherhood team pack offer. Correct. It doesn't exist. It's not here. It does not exist. I'm actually happy it's not here because I couldn't buy it. I couldn't buy it because it's $24.99. Don't worry, it'll show up soon because look at all of the offers they've been throwing me. At what time does it go down? Probably in the next 20 minutes or something. The limit doesn't exist. Oh, I can't do this at all. I have no way to contribute to this. Purchases? Yeah. So bright. You know what, guys? You're welcome. These are the purchases we made so far. We bought a Venom starter pack for $2.99. We bought the second pack that comes up after it, which brings Venom to 4-star. We skipped Vision, that's useless. We skipped Deadpool, that's useless. We bought the Shield starter pack because it had Yo-Yo in it, and trust me, the opportunity to have Yo-Yo this early means that you're always going to have the opportunity to work on Yo-Yo. Huge. I also gave the title of the pack here so we can keep track. I couldn't find this title when I looked, so I'm going to look again later. I bought a 99-cent ability offer pack. It gave me a ton of blue and green ability materials, and I bought 1,000 energy for $1. That put me to a remainder of $20 I could spend. That 5 cents is irrelevant. So I could spend $20 left this month, and I haven't seen an offer that will improve my account today or in the foreseeable future for $20. My account. Will these offers on your second account ever show on your main account? They have shown on my main account before, but they tend to run in. Yeah, Google Sheets does not have a dark theme, and it drives me nuts. Supposed to go down at PDT. All right. So, for those who don't know, I have a spreadsheet in my Discord. My Discord is in the link in the description below. I have a spreadsheet that shows legendary pillars. So, like, each store, who to farm in order to get towards a legendary, what to do, and roughly around the time you probably should. I haven't seen that offer yet, no. And honestly, like, I just haven't been spending power cores. There's just not much. Don't get me wrong. During the... We haven't gotten a double drop event for the... Oh, wait. What are they doing with double drops for those characters now? Because they made a comment. They said for the characters that are being part of the second cycle, the older legendary cycle, for those characters, do you not have any eligible tombs for the raid? No. But at the exact same time, I shouldn't be in this alliance to begin with. Like, it's a smaller alliance. Like, it's 15 people. So it's not a full alliance or anything, but it's also way higher than my skill set is. So, like, me not being able to join a raid and me not joining... It fundamentally, it changes my account in no way. No, they can't. It's illegal for them to make an offer... Every offer has to be made available to every person, at least once. So that offer has to show up. That offer persists. That is an offer that persists across the line among free-to-play accounts. If that offer isn't there, you are definitively not a free-to-play account. But it does take a little bit of time for it to show up. I might join the raid. But I don't want to, like... I might. Well, I'll think about that later. As for this... I've saved all my raid credits trying to look for Zemo, and they don't show up. They're just not there. Double drops will still happen? Yeah. So I'm kind of confident that my cores spend 20 on Polaris. Yeah, right. What's the opposite of Big Brain? Cro-Magnon IQ by Polaris? It cost the Alliance nothing. No. Yeah, but I also don't know what they're doing either. I just don't mind not taking advantage, because I don't, like... I did the thing that everyone does. You know, I went to Switch Alliance, and I looked around, and I joined an Alliance. Sometimes you see... Like, I went to an Alliance that had a name. This Alliance level is 17, you know? I jumped in on one that showed up here. That's what you should be doing. When you start the game, you should not... You have no loyalties to Strike Team -6N1, Zeta 4QN, T, Punk, Jalab, Schlarg. Like that, fuck them. Fuck everybody you start the game with. Because all they can do is be wrong. Yeah. So, if they're doing a double drop for IW characters, Sinister Six specifically, I'm gonna be real happy with unlocking Mysterio and Green Goblin tomorrow and getting a couple extra Shocker shards. Which is why I prioritize these three, because these are the guys that you're always gonna have a better chance of farming consistently. As opposed to trying to split your farm in a store and then end up with 2 3-star characters and no way to unlock a legendary. So, and then Star-Lord, same kind of thing. I'm not even I don't have to worry about Star-Lord because I could spend money to accelerate beyond the point of Star-Lord. So that's not a big deal for me at all. They should add at least 2 more characters to the raid store and war store for every store refresh. They should just allow you... I don't actually have a problem with a random pool, but it should be 50. However many characters are in the pool, half of them is the number that can come up. You should never have worse than a 50-50 chance. You know what I mean? So, like, how many characters are in the raid store? Just for the sake of the conversation. Eight and 8 is 16, 17. There's 17. We'll call it conservative. There should be 8 slots in the store. That's it. 8 slots. Sometimes you'll see Zemo. If not, you can re-roll and try another 50-50 shot. Maybe a little bit less than 50-50. That's fine. It can't bring down their average TCP. There's 15 people in the alliance. It can only actually bring up the TCP. I'm not in an alliance. I'm in the group of people who are just hanging out. I feel like they should add at least... Yeah. So this... You should... At any point in time, you should have 8 characters in the raid store. Period. Conversation over. Other games do the same thing. I don't see why it's that hard. War store... I don't even know how many characters are in the war store, but it's the same. If you want to make it so that Blitz and Arena characters are reliable and these guys are a little bit less reliable, that's fine, I support that. But you're actively hurting the players by not allowing them to do this. Here, I'm actually going to waste 50 cores and refresh the store to show you that Zemo can't show up. Zemo literally does not exist in the store for me. Like, what am I supposed to do? I wasted 50 cores. I say I wasted 50 cores. They had nothing. There was nothing else they were going to use for. Yeah. So Arena, the priority characters I'm looking at, Swarm obviously early. Blob is probably the more impactful character on the Brotherhood team, but Juggernaut is a Mystic character, so you can use him on the Mystic nodes pretty reasonably. Heimdall is silly to farm early. Anyone who tells you to do that doesn't know how to play the game. You're obviously not farming Corvus early. Crystal is also a little bit... Like, you don't farm Crystal until you farm Heimdall, and you don't farm either of them early. Human Torch, you can... He doesn't do much, so, like, he's not impactful. Vulture's worse than Swarm. M'Baku is worse than everything. At least Scarlet Witch and Mordo are part of a team. Mordo at least unlocks a character. Drax unlocks a character. Quake is... Same conversation as Crystal. Daredevil has a little bit more value now, but I only pulled him twice in premiums. Zemo exists when you don't have credits? That's probably reasonable. Yeah. And then we're not even discussing these guys. Oh yeah, you know what the compensation is going to be for the raid issue? 20 tier 4s. You have Yo-Yo, though Crystal is not that bad. That's not true at all. Crystal's horrendously bad. Crystal is easily one of the most overrated characters in the game. Like, easily. But, that said, if I pulled 100 shards of crystal out of a Mega Orb, I would be more inclined to work on her because I have Yo-Yo than otherwise. So you're right, but wasting resources to farm characters is not a good way to succeed in this game. It's actually one of the best ways to get fucked in this game. In general. So that's... Where's YouTube, Tony? Smoking weed. Right there with Ghost Rider. I don't know if Ghost Rider, yes. But the problem is, Crystal is overvalued by like 80%. People seem to think Crystal is like 80% better than she is. Ghost Rider is like overvalued by like 30%. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like Ghost Rider's a really good character. And then like people are like, oh, he's the best. Like, he's not. He's okay. It's hard to recover from bad decisions. You're seeing a lot of people who recently unlocked the Black Order are now bringing them up to like gear tier 14, 15, and it's like you're gonna feel the loss of those resources. You're gonna feel the loss of the Mystic resources. You're gonna feel the loss because you can't possibly get the value out of the Black Order that players like me who had them on day one, that players like anybody who, like anyone who got the Black Order the first 3 times Maw came out have had almost a year, between half a year and a year, to just take advantage of their strength. Anybody getting them now, like, if you try to make them like, oh, now I have the Black Order, now I'm gonna be strong. Like, no. No, you're not. Now you're gonna work on the Black Order, and then, like, the X Factor or, like, Silver Surfer is gonna slap him in the face, and then you're gonna be like, this is bullshit. So, like, there's a lot of complaints about this game, and they are justifiable. And there's a lot of people who try to blame Scopely for their own stupid mistakes. Like, they make mistakes in the game and then blame Scopely for not making the game easier to allow them to make mistakes or to prevent making mistakes. So, like, there needs to be a balance. Scopely's a bad company. We know that, and we're fine with that. Like, we need to know the things that they do that are wrong, but we have to let people be idiots. Because if we don't allow people to make bad decisions in this game, who are you guys, the people watching content creators who are reasonable and try to explain themselves, going to give swirlies to? Who are you going to give wet willies to? What nerds will you beat up if everyone's doing things, like, amazingly? Like, you can't. You need people to suck so that you can slap them with your girth. That is the rule. Yeah. Yeah, I have 40,000 arena credits in my main account. And like, what else do I have to use them for? But what else? Like, all my arena characters are immediately 7-star, you know? The Raid S War Store characters slot seems to fall under Fox Next rides the line of minimums conversation you had the other day. Oh yeah, whenever Scopely decides something to do something, what they do is they determine what the average thing. Scopely's a bad company, that's fine. Oh yeah, Scopely's a terrible company. Scopely is a absolute nightmare of a company. Like, the worst. Among the worst. And then, like, Fox Next wasn't much better. Nice rack. Like, Scopely is terrible. But you really only have two options. You care or you don't. Right? There's no middle ground. You care that they're a bad company, or you don't. Red stars, right? Red stars are a problem. Because we're not getting enough promotion credits to allow us to build up the characters we want, right? And not even immediately, just over time. We're not getting enough Red Star promotion credits. Conversely, if you bought a 7th Red Star on Ghost Rider, you deserve to be punished for your stupidity. You know, like, you can't just be scot-free of repercussions for your dumb decisions. If you do something, and by the way, it's not dumb. It's dumb if you think it was worthwhile investment. If you're like, I like Ghost Rider so much, I'm buying a 7th Red Star. Then it's not stupid, you're just having fun. I have a 7 Red Star Night Nurse that I brought up to Gear Tier 15 because my options were, do I bring in Punisher to Dark Dimension 4? Or do I bring in Night Nurse? And I was like, she's Gear Tier, she's 7 Red Star. I'll bring her up. You know, like, it didn't matter fundamentally. No matter what was going to happen, the 4th character on that team was useless because the 3 symbiotes were going to do all the work anyway. So that's like me making a silly decision, but someone had to make a decision, and I made the one that was like cheap. I was like, this is my cheap investment. But if I don't get to then complain, oh man, I really wish I had a Gear Tier 15 Taskmaster. I'm like, I had all the opportunities to have a Gear Tier 15 Taskmaster. I just made a mistake. I'm considering the same thing for Night Nurse because I have a 7 Red. Yeah, I mean, like, whatever. Is it a great idea? No. Is it a fun idea? Yeah. Yeah, like, there's characters worth bringing to 7. I don't like to, but I understand. Like, Thanos is always a good character to 7. You know? And then, like, today, there are characters today getting 7 Red Stars on is going to be incredibly awesome. And then, like, 6 months from now is going to be significantly worse. You know what I mean? Like, today, getting 7 Red Stars on, we'll say, Doc Ock is, like, really good. He's really good, but like, you know, a year from now, it's not gonna be. You're not gonna be like, oh, my 7 Red Star Doc Ock, which is why a lot of people make the mistake, and I'm trying to avoid making the mistake, of being like, well, I have high Red Stars on this character, I'm gonna invest in them. You shouldn't invest in a character you have high Red Stars on. You should invest in a good character and hope you get high Red Stars on them, you know? Sinister could be worth 7. I like Sinister. If I gun to my head, I had to bring one of my 6 Red Stars to 7, but I had to do it, it would be Sinister. I bought the 6th on him too. Like, if you said, Tony, you have 1 day to spend the 150 credits to upgrade any of your characters, and then they're going to a new currency, so it's either use it or lose it, it would be Sinister. I like Harak because Harak does a great job of, like, showcasing to the rest of the audience the type of attitude you want to avoid having. It's, like, beautiful. You are, like, my favorite, what's the word? Foil? Foil, right? Silver Surfer worth 7 star? It's a great question. How many yellow stars do you got in your Silver Surfer? I pulled a 7 reds on Loki early on when I started playing, so I used them to beat Dark Dimension 2. Did you use Loki to beat Dark Dimension 2, or did you bring Loki? Nice rock. Did you bring Loki and then the better characters beat it? By the way, I really do like Blob. I think Blob with high red stars is, like, crazy. But I wouldn't buy him on him, you know? I just pulled a 7 red Pyro, like, earlier today. Out of a regular red star orb I opened. I saw the yellow, I was like, Surfer! I was so excited, and it was Pyro, and I was like, almost as good! It was not almost as good, but it's definitely not bad. Silver Surfer? Yeah. So we don't have to worry about buying a 7 red star on a character that most people have at 3, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have a 4-star Surfer when those new packs come up, probably at reset. Bring him, he was useful. Yeah. You brought him. He was useful. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying, like, Wokey didn't beat the fight. Like, please don't spend a 7 red on Surfer right now. Yeah, don't. Please don't promote Surfer right now. I promise you, you're gonna be really happy with future things of Surfer. Guys, they didn't just give you a free Surfer because they're a nice and kind company. They gave you guys dirt cheap access to Surfer and put him in a new Paddle Pass because Surfer is going to be, like, a pretty reasonable character for the next couple. You buy Surfer in this account? Absolutely not. There's no reason to buy Surfer on a new account. Like, there's no reason... unless you're going to buy both offers, there's no reason to buy Surfer. So, if you start the game, you get a 3-star Surfer, or don't bother, because you're going to get a ton of, Surfer Raid milestones. Actually, maybe. I don't know. It's not his release, but they might do something. I don't know what they're doing for future of Surfer. I just know that his release is, like, insane. Is X Factor this year's X Force? Yes. X Factor is this year's X Force. In every way except the fact that they will not be unlocking a legendary yet. Is it known how hard Surfer? To my knowledge and all of the information I have received, free-to-play players will have as good a chance of getting 45 Surfer shards as anybody else. Which is why I'm not worried about buying the Surfer. Now, if Surfer was in orbs, I would have bought it. Does that make sense? I'm not spending $20 for 50 Surfer shards, but if it was 8 Surfer orbs, I would have spent the money because the chance of getting more is worth more to me than the opportunity to just get 50. Because regardless of what happens, it's $20 you unlock Surfer. The difference is, if I get another 45 shards from the Milestone event, or the Strike Pass, if I bought a $50 shard offer, and got 45, that's still not a 3-star. Nothing changed. Just booted saying there's an update available? Yeah. Yeah, everyone's gonna have to. They're not gonna take the game down, I don't inherently think, but... Well, it's not it's gambling, but the value, the expected value is higher. Because it is way more likely over 8... If I get 8 orbs, the most likely thing to occur is getting 72 shards. That's a 3-star Surfer with the Strike Pass. That's the expected value of if he was an orb release, right? And then the lowest possible value is 48, so it's 2 less shards. Fundamentally in the exact same situation you were previously, right? But you just lost out on 2 shards. Would you leave X Factor as a 4-man so he has extra dupe slots? Probably not. Tomorrow I'm doing the video I'm putting live on is a good question for you guys, if you guys are wondering. So I compare the Astonishing X-Men team to the X Factor team in terms of, like, what should you work on? The answer is, obviously, both of them. The problem is, if I say, hey, work on these 9 mutant characters, you're going to look at me like I'm an idiot. Because that's how you probably look at other content creators who are like, oh, look at these new characters, guys. Ah, look how cool these are. Look at Moon Knight. He jumps and does shit. Like an idiot. How many people, like, can't work on Silver Surfer because they worked on Moon Knight? I'm not saying it's a lot, but it's definitely a non-zero number, you know? Like, there's definitely people who put more resources into Moon Knight, and then Surfer came out and went, uh-oh. Game down in the middle of raid, forced update, install, raid energy lost. That makes sense. That is pretty standard issue Scopely right there. Invest all the purples, which I don't have. Exactly. Did they limit Surfer because he's so powerful? Yes. They limited Surfer to control the... Well, no. There's two reasons why Silver Surfer was limited. The first reason is to control the amount of Surfer that is overtaking the meta right now. The second reason is to incentivize you to spend money on the Strike Pass, because the difference will be like an extra 45 shards, right? To go from like 3 to 340, you know, a 3-star to almost there. Or buy the Strike Pass and probably get another... I would actually be surprised if the purchasable Strike Pass didn't have more Surfer shards than like the comparison between the Mojo, the RTA Pass. Like, I'm almost convinced that there's going to be over 150 total Surfer shards in that pass, as opposed to the normal 100. I think there's going to be a ton of it. They really want people to buy this new pass. Yeah. So that's everything as far as where I am. So here's my roster right now, right? And then, give me a second. Hey, look, it's me live. So here's Defenseless. God, look at me. Look how young I was. Look at me just rocking the no shirt. Just like, what's up? Who wants chest hair? That's just me. God. What time it was. So the reason I want to do this is... We're going to mute it. I don't want you guys to hear it. I still have that hat. Those glasses are somewhere too. Hold on, where are those glasses? No, now I need to find those glasses. Faded camera and everything, right? I found them. I found the glasses. So these are the glasses, right? Same glasses. This is when my lighting was just like my phone, just like... good old days. How do you live with your desktop icons in that disarray? It's easy. I know where everything is. Same way I live with everything else, my friends. You should see the top of my desk. So I have a desk here and a desk here and like all the stuff everywhere. And like, it's fucking cluttered. But if you're like, hey, Tony, where's your Karnak Hero Click? It's like right here. So here's what we're going to do. This is the 1 week recap. And let's look at my roster at 1 week. So, 1 week into the game, my free-to-play roster was at Punisher, Groot, Spider-Man, Yondu, and of course, Lucky Minerva. Where's that random Shadowless Charizard? Told you, I know where everything is. With your match your weekly outlets for defensive. Is it PSA 10? No, it is not. Heaven forbid anyone clean. Christ, where's clean it for you? Christ, where is everything? Yeah, what? If you come in my room and like, Tony, where's your weed? I'm gonna be like, it's right here, and you put it right back there. Are you gonna be able to unlock Silver Surfer with a 2 weeks old account? Yep. Yes, I will. Is that a beanie instead of a cap? No, that's a hat. It's right over... I can literally see it. It's on the floor over there. It fell off my hat stand. So, okay. Let's do a 1-for-1. Here we have this. So. Here's the top of my roster. Here's the top of my roster. with today. So 1 week played, spender account. It looks as if my first team... Hold on. Let me do the math on this. You guys know what I'm doing here, right? So my first team, power ratings pre-commas. Yeah, my first team is 3,000 power higher than my current team. But that's also not factoring in that my second row is literally stronger, is as strong, if not a little bit stronger combined than this one. So my top team is clearly better than my second, but my second row is almost the same, and I'm way differently organized. Way differently organized. Proving your pay team is higher than the whole screen? Oh no, I didn't think it was going to be higher than the whole screen. It was just to show, like, the second line. This one, though, I'm pretty sure is either exactly... hold on. I can't allow this. There. We did it. $39.99 stronger. Well, it's not just the power. So the power is important, right? To look at the power difference. But what's more important is the character line. Like on this power 1 week in, I had to work on Punisher. I got to work on Groot because I got a Groot from whatever the login thing was, you know? I had to work on Spider-Man. I had to work on Yondu. The only thing in this roster that's better than mine is the presence of Minerva. I pulled 50 out of a premium orb, like, immediately. So, this one character was the thing that was a little bit stronger. Overall, but even comparatively, like, Yo-Yo is not better than her, but they're in the same kind of conversation. So, just having spent $39.95, I don't have to waste resources on dog shit. That's the first stage. Like, just looking at this page. Hydra... Actually, is that Hydra Sniper? Jessica Jones, the S.H.I.E.L.D. characters, who were the options I was going to go with earlier before it became reasonable. And before they even started letting Wave 1 characters become farmable. So we're already this far away. I want to see what else is going on this. There's that 3-star Namor I built. So even my first Mega Orb was fundamentally better. But they were both mutants. Interesting. My first Mega Orb on both accounts were mutants. 50 drop of Psylocke on this one, and 100 drop of Namor. I think you could still see that, like, a decent amount of these characters were a little bit further behind. God, I talk a lot. Fuck. Someone shut me up. Yeah. Well, to be fair, there is a Minerva calendar offer now at the beginning of most games. So you can technically always buy her. But this was a free-to-play luck. Me being sad about Namor. Looking at the bottom, you know, so I even have, just comparing it to this, I even have more rows. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a whole extra row, because the 2 characters on the line there. I have a whole extra row of more characters. So, Does it seem like much? In raw numbers? No. No, of course not. In value? Absolutely. The team I have here is significantly better than the top 5 characters here. My second team of garbage is significantly better. So we are way further ahead. I'm a little bit ahead on Hulk. Hawkeye is not unlocked yet. Thing, I guess I pulled him randomly. This is back when I was opening Blitz orbs instead of target farming in the Blitz store because I thought that was still a good idea. It is no longer. We're gonna get there, dude. I can't immediately see my TCP difference. This is a video. But we can like skim through and see what's going on. I want to see my my arena. Interestingly enough, though, this is relevant. Look at my level. One week of play, and I bought 1,000 extra energy, and I'm only, not gonna lie, about 1,000 energy further. So that 1.99 energy offer, that one energy purchased, what is that, 14.9, so that's about 15, so it's a little bit over, it's like 1,200 energy, right? Obviously the core difference is huge. As a free-to-play player, I had to spend my cores way more frequently to accomplish the tasks like refreshing nodes, refreshing energy. I had a little bit more gold, but I didn't have anything worth spending gold on necessarily. But that's kind of interesting to see that, like, my free-to-play account and my Dolphin account, all things the same, I'm only about that 1,000 energy offer ahead. Crazy. Didn't even think of that. I haven't done any prep on this either, by the way. Sorry. So I might be a little bit better in Arena. Oh, skimming sucks. How's your blitzing in comparison? That's a hard one to quantify. Why are you so hard to scrub? Oh my god, you suck! Watch. Pause it. Pause it. This is insane. Do you think part of that is the team where you started in Arena? Stores are a little bit different. Farming targets are a little bit different. I just want to pause it at the right time, and it doesn't want to be paused. There it is. Great. Okay. So. Yeah. I'm very clearly further ahead because I have a better team in Arena. That's it. Like, period. Anything else is speculation. This is a better team now than that was then. And it's not like I didn't do the attacks. You can even see I'm 2 of 5 on that video, so I'm like doing my attacks. I even go to do one after this, I think. And then, like, it's just... And I have Minerva! Yeah, so that's... As far as Arena's concerned, I'm, like, clearly better off. Surprise, spending money is getting me more cores already. I don't know what this is. The hell happened there? All right, let's see where we are. Me beating nodes. Nodes don't make too much of a difference. It's really hard to kind of quantify where I'm in nodes. This is a... Oh, this is the Blob and Toad event? There was an event going on when I started here to get more Blob shards, so that was reasonable. I want to see scrubbing a little bit more. We don't care about... Like, no one cares about random content. This looks like Blitz. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that all of these characters that show up grade are, like, something you have to deal with. Okay, so since both of these were done on Friday, right? Since both of these events are done on Friday, we have the same rough amount of time. So here's how many points I've scored in this Blitz. And here's how many points I've scored so far in this Blitz. So I might be doing a little bit better. I still make the same mistakes, though. I don't learn. I still make the same stupid mistakes by, like, scrolling all the way to the bottom. Alright, these two are garbage, so let's... do this. Alright, bottom of my roster hasn't changed too much from the bottom of theirs. I didn't spend a lot of Blitz credits earlier on. I will say that. I didn't spend a lot of Blitz credits that early because I just couldn't get enough points. Now I spend a lot of my Blitz credits at the beginning of the point. At the beginning of the Blitz, and then I just kind of, like, use my big team a couple of times, so that's pretty reasonable. But I think that has to do with how Blitz has changed since I started this, as I go through this kind of fight. Here's another random Blitz team. Also, just having that one extra team to, like, get yourself one step higher in the tier is like exponentially better value. Like, the more teams you have to get through tier 1 and 2 faster and start getting real meaningful points, that's adding up reasonably. I'm not changing anything different, though. Ugh. But nothing changes here. Same fights, right? Yeah, you guys will figure it out. There's a bunch of shield people here. No. Maybe. Alright, this is the winning one. Let's see what else we can find. So Blitz... Yeah, even my best point fights at tier 4 are not getting me anything. Again, they did change things a little bit, but it's still reasonable. Just trying to see if... I'm going to pause here to see if I'm as far as I am in villains. I don't actually think I'm as far in the villains campaign, which I think is because of Minerva. I think, like, if you have Minerva early on, you really just don't care about the villains campaign. Like, it just... You could bring in weaker characters and just res them and 3-star the event, you know? Like, she's just too good. Her res being available, like, literally immediately is so important. Oh, here I go, losing a fight. Okay. I am losing an awful lot of Blitz fights, but it fundamentally doesn't make a difference yet. Like, none of these characters are worked on to the point. A lot of times I like to stay at the lower points, too, because I can't really chain up. But I'll get to, like, maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll get to 150 over the next 2 days. Huh, we'll try this one. We're doing all right. Yeah, I don't actually know. Okay, yeah, level 38 versus level 39. Nothing changed there. The biggest thing I'm worried about on the small side of the roster is, like, which characters... Like, Symbiote Spider-Man was a... Oh, my God. This... I'm going to pause it right there so I can win this Blitz fight and show you something. Yeah, so I'm blitzing more and better. My TCP difference is, like, we'll get there, I'm sure. But, like, we kind of just did the math, right? Like, my top team, my top two teams are equal to or greater in power than my top team was before. And I have one extra row of characters, and that's the top team. So, like, it looks like my total TCP is about, like, 20% higher. And I had the resources to work on better characters. I'm not just kind of picking around. But there's a couple of weird things that's, like, super relevant here. Go, 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 go. Thanks. Symbiote Spider-Man was a milestone event when I started that account. It was pre-Emma. He was a milestone event. Symbiote Spider-Man now is exclusively in milestone orbs. And I just thought it's funny that I have more Symbiote Spider-Man shards from milestone orbs than I did during his event. There will be a lot of good pairings with Surfer, because Surfer is just one of those top-tier characters. I would imagine any good team in the future will also have Emma and Sinister in it, at least one of them. So that's kind of silly to me. All right, let's see if I can scrub and see if defenseless... If I ever showed my defenseless screen. I don't think I did. I think that became something that became more popular later. I think I'm further away in villains. Let's see. Campaigns. So heroes, I am literally just entered 6 because you had to be level 30 something. Yeah, Surfer is more like Captain Marvel when she was released than like any other character. Like the impact that what Surfer does and how much impact it has to what's going on now, way more than anything else. Villains. Okay, so I'm at the last node of villains as opposed to before where I was like right here. And I could go a little bit further. I just kind of don't care to work on any villains right now, so I've just been like chilling. Nexus, I know I'm further than. But again, I don't really care for any of these characters either. Let me, this one bugs me. It bugs me that that's not 3-star. Yeah. So as far as comparison to my previous accounts concerned, like, I don't think I'm unreasonably way higher than I was as a free-to-play player, but I think that shows everything, doesn't it? Like, doesn't it say just as much that I spent $40 more and I'm only about 20% stronger after a week? I think that says an equal amount. And then, here's the thing. If I had spent $100, you know, say I had bought every $24.99 pack that came up, the Shield one, the Guardians, would I be that much further ahead, you know? Probably. Money matters so much more at the beginning of the game than any other stage in the game. And when you start the game, whenever that is, oof. Give me that. When you start the game, whenever that is, like, you won't have to waste resources on worse characters. You think I'll grow? I mean, I think I'll grow faster because I'm spending money. That's obvious. Bonk. Ooh. Okay. So apparently that's why the AoE is why she wasn't surviving. All right. It wasn't a hard fight, but a lot of the AoEs was just chipping away at Widow, and that became a problem. So, I'll wait till I get a little stronger. If you stop spending money today, you'd still grow faster? Absolutely, because I have the right characters to work on. So that's the biggest thing. Yeah. I think the differences will be seen more within the first month. No, you're gonna see... The things you're gonna see are going to... If you and I had to walk to the store, and we walked at the same speed, but I started 20 feet ahead of you, I would get there first. That's what's gonna happen. I'm going to get places that a free-to-play player wouldn't get to faster. I'm also going to have opportunities that an average free-to-play player won't have, because I have options, and that's not inherently the truth of free-to-play. When I was free-to-play, I had to have a goal, stick to it, and pay attention to every single thing. Like, did I unlock Symbiote Spider-Man? If I did, would that change? I got Hela. I had to stop what I was doing and work on Hela. Now, granted, that wasn't a bad idea anyway, but you have to, you can't afford to make too much of a goof when you are putting too many resources in. So, it's fine, right? But I'm gonna reach certain milestones faster, or be able to take advantage of those milestones in the game a little bit faster. Yeah. So I started with Wave 1, and guess what? I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to have a 300k Wave 1 team in U7. Like, no. The Wave 1 is going to be used as quickly as I can. They'll all be like 10, 15k. I'll hold them, and I'm always looking towards what the next thing is. Maybe there's going to be a bunch of people with 4-star, 5-star, 6-star Silver Surfers in my shard. There's nothing I can do about that. Whether I'm a spender or not, that's gonna be a thing. That's something we have to deal with. But over time, if I play well and I invest correctly, I will overcome that spending by working on things to keep me higher than the rest of the curve. So it's about staying ahead of the curve. And the difference between a free-to-play and a spender is how much you can stay ahead of the curve and allow yourself a mistake. Basically, that's it. So that's pretty much everything. We are 2 hours at the stream. We have done everything. We've done the recap. We've done the comparison to the previous state. I'm a little bit further ahead, but in meaningful ways. Not just power, but in good investment in key characters. The game has changed in a way that's reasonable in some ways, and then unreasonable in others. And there's a lot of resources that's getting. And I want to remind people why I'm doing this. To make money, obviously. No, the main reason I'm doing this, guys, is I want to have a reasonable understanding of when you spend money in this game, what do you get? That's it. What do you get for spending in this game? Where is this account going to be in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year? I'm not stopping anytime soon. How fast will it get me there? How relevant will I be when I get there? Does the money you spend at the beginning of the game matter towards the end of the game? These are things that are incredibly relevant. I know for a fact that I spent a lot of money early, but that doesn't change the fact that I still have to spend a decent amount of money later. So we're going to figure that out as we go. I'm done, and I'm tired of this, so I'm going to probably go play some other games. You know where to find me on Twitch. You know where to find me everywhere. Here's my end screen. I got a Patreon for people to give me money. Yeah. I got a Patreon for people to give me money to get access to my information a little bit earlier than other stuff. I have a couple more videos coming out this week. Hopefully it helps you guys out with your mutants problem that's going to be coming up over the next couple weeks anyway. My social medias are never, ever anything but memes and dumb stuff. So if you follow them, you won't be spammed with like, hey, you could buy, I don't know, garbage, whatever, who cares? Stupid. I went live. You know I went live. You're following me. So have a good night, guys. Have a great day. Have a safe weekend. I guess you have to patch to make sure you can do your raids and everything. So good luck with that. And